Do you struggle with follow through or lack of motivation? Do you find yourself putting things off more and more? If so, what are you doing about it? Those are some of the things I want to chat with you about today. So if this is something that interests you, please stay tuned. What's up, people? Hey, it's your girl Kat, and welcome back to my channel. And as I've said already, I wanted to chat with you guys today about a little struggle that I have, and I may make this a series as well because there are several areas that I quote unquote struggle with. And as you guys know, the purpose of my channel is to pretty much track my journey to wholeness. So a lot of things that I share here are personal experiences and some of the tips and tricks that I've used to overcome certain situations. And today I want to focus on my struggle with follow through and lack of motivation. Within this video, I'm going to share 3 points with you that help me get through this particular struggle in my life. First, I have to identify what it is that I'm truly struggling with. And right now, my struggles are starting my business, avoiding analysis paralysis, relationships, and self-love and self-care. Secondly, I have to figure out what triggers me. So, and when I say that, triggers can be those things that trigger you into something positive or into something negative. I had to identify what triggers me or motivates me positively to get me moving or changing in those three or four areas that I just told you I'm struggling with. So when it comes to business, I seem to be inspired or empowered by an influencer named Noelle Randall. She is a real estate investor who is also taking her business to a multi-million-dollar level, who also inspires others to build their business, whatever it may be, based on her design for her real estate business. She has inspired me in many ways on how to handle or get my business going, finance and develop my business, and the strategies or things I need to do to even start my business, or in my case, reactivate the business that I already have. 2, when it comes to my finances, Dave Ramsey has been a strong influence in that area with his 7 baby steps to financial freedom. 3, when it comes to my self-love and self-care, I have found an influencer by the name of Mel Robbins, who's an author, a motivational speaker, who used to be a lawyer, who went through some hardships herself and have overcome those things, and has also, just like Noelle, built her business into a multi-million-dollar company. But she's also inspired me how in certain areas how to overcome my fears and not being sluggish. She's also the author of a book that I have enjoyed, and not just this one. She's written a few books that I've enjoyed, but one in particular is the 5-second rule, which I will go into detail about that as well. Fourthly, when it comes to my relationships, Stéphane Laboussière, aka Stefan Speaks, really helps me in the area of relationships, really helps me in the area of putting myself out there and how to maneuver through the dating world. Thirdly, I have to implement the things that I've seen or learned or picked up from those who have motivated me. Noelle Randall has taught me how to build my business, basically how to reactivate or start up a company, and the things I need and the tools I need to, those steps that I need to take in order to finance my company as a small business and move forward. What I've taken from that is I have already begun the process of reinstating my business that I had. I originally had an LLC that I kind of let go and just kind of fell off the wagon, and that's a whole nother video to come. but I've reinstated that, and now I've managed to get my first small business loan by following the steps that Noelle has showed me. So learning from not just looking at these YouTube videos or influencers, but also being able to take advantage of some of the things that they've said. Like I said, Dave Ramsey, who's the financial guru. Dave Ramsey has developed those 7 baby steps to financial freedom. Although those particular steps don't work heavily for me right now, and not to say I'm trying to knock him or knock the steps at all, because they are helping. But I had to develop, or I had to make them work for me. Such as, for example, the first step that he says is to put away $1,000 for an emergency, in an emergency fund. And this is so that if any emergency comes up during your time while you're trying to pay down your debt, this is the funds you're going to have to go to instead of reaching for a credit card or something like that. For me, in my lifestyle, $1,000 isn't enough. I decided I wanted to put away $5,000 because sometimes my emergencies are well over $1,000. So, and in order for me to have that $1,000 and then put the rest on a card, I'm like, that's not going to work. So I worked hard enough to put $5,000 away in my particular emergency fund. Now that I'm on step 2 and paying down my credit card debt, I have that comfort in knowing that that money that I've already set aside is sitting there. I've also learned how to budget, and I've taken advantage of putting savings aside for sinking funds. That is not in Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps, because he teaches you to throw all of your money at your debt. I'm sorry. The thing with his snowball thing, it works, and it works for me as well. But I also incorporated a couple of other strategies that I've learned from others. Like I say, your journey is your journey, and you have to do what's best and what works for you. So in the case of my finances, yes, I love his baby step program, but I had to develop it for me, because if I followed his program to the T, I would have a 0 credit score, and I would be financing. I would be utilizing cash for every purchase, homes, cars, or whatever. And if that's your goal, then that program works for you. His strategies towards paying down my debt works for me. I utilize them in a slightly different way, but there again, I have applied them. Third, as I said, Mel Robbins, the author of the 5-second rule. I've learned to utilize and implement the 5-second rule into my life by not allowing myself to fall into that quote unquote analysis paralysis, such as when it comes to my business, looking at the videos that Noelle Randall has put out, and then just sitting, oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, I'm going to go up and do that. Oh, I'll do that tomorrow. No, according to Mel Robbins, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up and take action. And that is what motivated me into getting my business reinstated, going out and pursuing that loan, obtaining that loan, and now putting that loan to use. It was learning how to not sit there, actually get up and move. As soon as you start hearing yourself want to talk yourself out of something, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and act. That has really helped me. Fourthly, my last one, Stéphane Laboussière, aka Stéphane Speaks. I had originally just given up on dating. I got divorced several years ago. I was married for 20 some odd years. So coming back into this dating world in my late 40s has been a challenge. It is not something that I'm happy about or proud of. It is something I struggle with, especially being an introvert and not liking to put myself out there. And then when I do, dealing with some of the things, me being an empath, I run into some serious situations where I had my first experience with a narcissist. It's just been hectic. I have had to deal with, well, a lot of you already know if you've dealt with dating, that's the things that come with dating. So with that being said, having him in my life, when I say him, Stéphane, not personally in my life, but as the influencer in my relationship process, has motivated me not to give up, but it teaches me how to maneuver through the dating process and the things that I should be looking for and how I should be moving, because that is not something. I was married for half my life. All I knew how to be was a mom and a wife. So, and I was originally going into relationships as a mom and a wife, and that one is either it's going to scare the guy away, two, put me in a situation I don't want to be in, or three, hurt both of us, or whatever the case may be. And like I said, I originally decided I was going to give up and I didn't want to do it anymore. But after I found Stefan and started listening to him and talking to other friends about it, everyone encourages me to keep moving forward. No, I have not completely put myself out there as far as on a dating platform or utilizing any type of social media or anything in that area, but I have opened myself up to not continuously have the rest in B face, as they say, or when I'm actually going out now, instead of saying, since I am an introvert, I stay to myself, and especially during the pandemic and things like that, I would not get out. Work, gym, home was my schedule. That's been my schedule for a lot of things. But I am going out more. I'm learning how to take myself on dates. I go to the movies by myself. I go out to eat. I'm dating myself, which is also part of the self-love that I also learned from Mel Robbins as well. So I kind of incorporate all of my influencers in one and take the strategies that they speak of and apply it to my life, which is something I'm trying to also do for you, and showing you how I use the things that motivate me. So anyway, long story short, I wanted to share my 3 phases that I said that has helped me overcome my struggle, or helped me deal with or go through, because I have not finally or completely overcome it. And that is 1, identifying the areas that you are lacking in motivation in, and 2, identifying what triggers you or help you in your motivation, and 3, implementing those things that motivate you, that you've learned from those things that have helped you. I hope I have shared something with you guys that will help you in your journey to wholeness as well during these times, or just the period, during your times of struggle. As a reminder, I just want to put it out there that these are my own views and my own strategies. I am not a doctor, lawyer, whatever the case may be. I am just basically sharing my experiences with you. At the end of the day, your journey is yours, and you have to develop it and design it in the way that best fits you. I hope that I have shared something here with you guys that you can implement in your life. And if so, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, because I want to continue to bring these types of videos to you as we move forward. And hopefully we can get on our journey to wholeness together. With that, until next time, smooches. Bye.